It's podcast day. So I am just going to head to Saskatoon I'm going to record this one in studio. This one is with my 3 CrossFitting pregnant ladies games competitors. I've got Miranda Alcaraz, which was Miranda Oldroy from Street Parking, Carly Fuhrer, who is a games athlete, and Deanna Meredith as well, who was a regional competitor. She's from Canada. The other 2 girls are from the States. So we're doing a little video call, and I'm doing in studio because just having everybody on video call, just want to make sure that we have the best quality for it. So yeah, I'll include some snippets of how the podcast went, and it should be out within the next few days. So stay tuned for that. I'm just waiting to see how long T-Bone's going to keep talking to himself. We're in the studio now. Got my setup here. We're just going to record a little bit of intro stuff before the guests come, and yeah, then get right to it.
There's no weird delay in your headphones or anything, is there?
Nope. It sounds good in here.
Okay.
In my head. All the voices in my head.
Okay, I'm rolling.
You're listening to the Butterfly Effect Podcast, episode number 19. Today I'm sitting down. Nope, that's not even what I wrote.
Try it again, take 2.
You're listening to the Butterfly Effect Podcast, episode number 19. Today I'm doing something totally new to the show. I'm chatting with 3 different guests. Carly Fuhrer, Deanna Meredith, and Miranda Alcaraz. None of them are a stranger to the competitive world of CrossFit, but that isn't the only thing they have in common. They're all pregnant and expecting babies in the next few months. Welcome to episode number 19. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a fitness and nutrition coach helping people have fun, keep fit, and reach their goals while they're at it with my online program, The Sweat Effect. Today's show is unlike any I've done before. I'm sitting down to chat with 3 incredibly strong women in the sport of CrossFit who have taken a step back from competing to love. Let's try that again.
Okay.
It's like I can't even read what I wrote. Who've all taken a step back from competing at a competitive level. Yes. There we go.
All right.
Welcome to episode number 19. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a fitness and nutrition coach helping people have fun, keep fit, and reach their goals while they're at it with my online program, The Sweat Effect. Today's show is unlike any I've done before. I'm sitting down to chat with 3 incredibly strong women in the sport of CrossFit who've all taken a step back from competing at a competitive level to grow their families. Carly, Deanna, and Miranda are going deep into the world of CrossFit and pregnancy and answering all of the questions. Bam.
Cut! Okay.
We are ready.
For sure. And then also it's like so much of our identity, right? Like, so it's like, I don't know how not to do this. And I've talked to a lot of pregnant women who are like, but it's just like the only thing that makes me feel normal. And I like totally get that, especially the first time. So yeah, the first time I was training still pretty hard, but only once a day.
But Carly, since you're due first, why don't you start us off with this one? What are your plans for delivery?
Well, if I could have a home birth, I would have. I mean, I could. I didn't. We didn't go that route. It scared me a little bit. We ended up going with an OB at a hospital. We almost changed to a midwife last week, actually. But they were still in the hospital, and I thought the changes weren't significant enough to make that big change so late in the game. If I were to do it over, or when I do it over, I'll go most likely with a midwife in a birthing center, just because I really do want a natural birth. I do not want an epidural. That's my goal. I've been reading a lot about like hypnobirthing and just trying to get into a more like a mindset game, trying to figure out like different ways to kind of cope with the pain as naturally as possible. So that is my goal. I'm pretty set on that. Obviously, if anything happens, if something weird happens, I'm going to do whatever's best for the baby. But I really hope it works out. I hope that all my reading and research and practice has paid off, and it's able to go as I hope.
You're just gonna dig into that dark place that, you know, when you're in a really tough workout and just go there. Miranda's just like clenching her teeth. Miranda, I saw you just actually had a post up not that long ago about where you were going to birth. So what did you decide on that?
Yeah, so I thought heavily about doing a home birth for this one. I didn't think about it at all for the first one. We were still in Southern California in a house that was just way too cramped for that to be comfortable. But I think we're gonna do so for my first. He was born in a birthing center in Southern California, and I think we're gonna do the birthing center again here. Of course, unless any complications or anything come up like that require us to be in a hospital. For the same reason, like I was worried that if I was in a hospital that I would be like pressured to like get an epidural or something like that. And I wanted to basically just not give myself that option. So yeah, and I mean it was a situation for sure. I don't want to like, say too much, but I was able to have my first unmedicated, and I will tell these girls this because so many people told me before my first, like, you're so fit, birth is going to be so easy. Okay, let me tell you, pushing was fine. I only had to push for 45 minutes because I'm strong. The rest of it, the problem is that for an athlete, when something gets hard, we respond to it by wanting to work harder. And so my whole body would tense up every time I would have a contraction. And nothing was happening. Like I couldn't relax. That was like my big thing, is I had no ability to relax my whole body because it's completely the opposite of what you would do in a workout when it gets hard almost. So the actual like labor part before the pushing was really difficult for me. I did throw up then. And it was not fun, but we made it through, and I've blocked enough of it out that I'm going to do it again. So,
See, it wasn't even that bad. You're doing it again, right?
I guess so.
All right, Deanna, what are your plans?
Oh my goodness, this is so intense. I wish I was as brave as you ladies. I'm quite sure I'm going to ask for an epidural, and that's going to happen really soon. I'm almost in my third trimester, so I've kind of planned to maybe put a little more research into this part of things, but I'm thinking about my delivery. I've been attending the prenatal yoga class, and my yoga instructor is so informative. She's worked as a doula for like 25 years, and she's kind of talked about what each of you are talking about. She talked about that sort of response to pain and how typically adrenaline kicks in, and then sort of that pain adrenaline response is not effective. And that's sort of the space that I live in. Like I live in kind of an anxious, get everything done, do your workout, work hard. I don't relax very often. So I think that's going to be something that I need to start doing more of, and getting in that mindset to relax tissue, to relax breathing, to kind of get everything prepared. And I think that's sort of along the lines of the hypnobirthing, Carly, that you talked about. Lamaze, like there's all these different methods of birthing and birthing practices. I think another thing that I'll work towards is just preparing sort of like some mantras for myself, maybe even writing them down, so that when I'm going through that pain, I can remind myself, just breathe, or maybe count my breaths. I don't know if this is
ball up that piece of paper and throw it at your husband when
yeah, so I can scream at Jeremy. I don't know if that's all going to go out the window. I think, I'm kind of just getting into the delivery and birthing plans and interested in it, genuinely interested, but haven't really formulated my own.
I just got in the door, so it's actually a pretty quick trip to the city. Left my house around 12:30, home by 8:30, got the podcast done, and it went awesome. Went off without a hitch, and I should have it uploaded to SoundCloud and iTunes and Spotify, hopefully tomorrow, if not the next day for sure, but I'll post it all over social media. Good night, guys.